Friday, I believe it was, we had an incident involving a suspect inside the courthouse. Tell me what happened.
It came to our attention that a gentleman by the name of John Bates apparently made, is alleged he made threats inside the courthouse, reference on witnesses. He was back here on trial on a case he was when it was part of the marijuana grow with the paintings. And it came to my attention, I was in the sheriff's office by West White, that the suspect was in the courthouse, made some threats. He was being followed by Brian, the bailiff. So I was kind of like, I was at work, but I had my own personal vehicle because I was picking up food for my animals. And so I went out in an attempt to locate. I gave a description to the deputies in an attempt to locate the suspect, and Brian, who was following the suspect. We found him in the desert area back of Saïda Trudeau. He was in the desert area. Brian, he's resisting. The deputies got him under control, and he was handcuffed. And since he was in the middle of the desert, he's resisting. Since I have a four-wheel drive, my personal vehicle is a four-wheel drive vehicle. I went up in the desert area and I assisted in putting him inside my vehicle for transportation to detention.
Was he tased?
Well, there was an attempt to tase him, but both prongs didn't hit him, so he wasn't officially tased. No.
And he was here out on bail, actually, in the courtroom for what charges?
Well, he was part of a marijuana grow, and part of that marijuana grow we found, the Knight County Sheriff's Office found paintings that were stolen. They were given back to the owner. I think they were given back to the owner, but we had them in evidence and they were going to be retrieved to the owner. But he was here for the marijuana grow.
The recent marijuana grow on Vicky Ann?
No, this is going back a couple of years. Yeah, so he was here on trial, part of his trial.
And so he actually left the courtroom at that point and made death threats?
He made threats to witnesses. They were kind of concerned. They notified the assistant DA. The assistant DA notified the bailiff, and the bailiff was following him in an attempt to make contact with him. Mr. Bates apparently, even though the bailiff gave him repeated commands to stop so he can question him, he decided to flee on foot. The bailiff is attempting to bring him into custody. He discharged a taser, but both prongs didn't hit him, so there was not an effective tasering. So he wasn't tasered in that respect.
What happened with the court hearing at that point? It was seized, and they're going to reschedule, or?
Well, I don't know. That's going to be up to the ADA. What we did, because he wanted to get back to a flight to get back to Ohio. He was released from the court for his court appearance. He's had a flight back to Ohio. What I suggested that we got the statements. The witnesses didn't want to make a statement in reference to the threats. They decided to not follow through with that. But we got a statement from the ADA, and what we did is we're going to long form any kind of complaint that we had. That the bailiff, who's Brian, he's the arresting officer. He's going to long form anything that he has. And what we did is, under my direction, I told him to give him a citation, obstructing, resisting, so that he can make his plane flight, which I think is a good idea, get him out of the area and send him back to Ohio. So he'll be given another court date.
And as well on these new charges, right? Or is it just a citation?
Well, it's going to be up to the bailiff. We initiated statements for the bailiff. The bailiff can follow through with the information. The bailiff, he's a sworn officer as well, so he can do an investigation. We'll assist him with that and see if anybody wants to make an official complaint. But right now, the only thing we had him on was the obstructing and resisting, based upon the fact that he refused to comply with an officer's direction, and we had there was probable cause to detain him.